it so important to kill this Dracula anyway?
Because he's the son of the devil.
I mean, besides that.
Because if we kill him, anything bitten by him or created by him will also die.
I mean, besides that.
Very well. The power source fuels an experimental weapon at my research facility. The Psychic Scourge. It could destroy the orcs.
You didn't think to bring up this Scourge weapon before?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Our chief weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Fear and surprise. Our two weapons are fear and surprise.
Hey there, gamer. Are you looking to bring down holy wrath on monsters, infidels, heretics, and Maleficarum alike? Do you want to track down evil with unbridled zeal? Well, you might think about playing an Inquisitor. An Inquisitor combines a number of different features into one class. And this class is also good if you're looking to play a paladin, but you're not really in the paladin mindset. Let's start by looking at some of the basic class features. Inquisitors have a D8 hit die. They have the mid-range BAB, so both of those features are the exact same as a rogue. They have good fortitude and will saves, but they have poor reflex saves. Also, a little bit like the rogue, Inquisitors get a decent number of skill points, at 6 plus int mod per level. Alright, now on to weapon and armor proficiencies. Inquisitors are proficient with light armor and medium armor. Their weapon proficiencies mainly are in the ranged combat category. Inquisitors are proficient with bows, both short and long, hand crossbows and repeating crossbows, as well as all simple weapons. Let's talk about the ability scores you should consider when making your Inquisitor. Because you have so many ranged options, I would recommend Dex as one of your core ability scores. Also, your spells and a number of your special abilities run off of Wisdom, so that needs to be another area of focus for you. Alright, now let's talk about the class features which really make the Inquisitor what it is. First off, you get a domain, like a cleric, just one. But unlike a cleric, there is one important difference. You don't get the bonus spells that the domain gives you. You do, however, receive all of the domain's divine powers. Another really important class feature to the Inquisitor are the judgments. Basically, what this means, as a swift action, you pronounce judgment on your enemies, and this grants you a special bonus. You can do this once per day at 1st level, and it increases at 4th, 7th, 10th level, etc. This ability lasts till the end of combat. Now, if you're paralyzed or unconscious or otherwise unable to participate in the combat, but the combat continues, the judgment does not get suspended until combat is over. Alright, so now what do these judgments do? Well, there are a number of them that are all detailed on the Inquisitor class entry in the Advanced Player Guide. But some of them include Destruction. This gives you a +1 to damage, and this bonus increases as you go along. Resilience. This gives you DR. And Healing. This gives you fast healing. All of these things can be very beneficial in a fight, and you don't have to pick just one. You can pick whichever one best favors the situation. And as you increase in level, you can also add more judgments that you can have active at the same time. The next feature of the Inquisitor class is Monster Lore. This means you add your Wisdom modifier to knowledge checks to identify monsters and their weaknesses. Inquisitors also get a class feature called Stern Gaze. This adds 1/2 of their Inquisitor level to both Intimidate and Sense Motive checks. At 2nd level, Inquisitors get a class feature called Cunning Initiative. This allows them to add their Wisdom modifier to their initiative checks. So, if you've gone with the ranged option, you'll have a high Dex mod and a high Wisdom modifier, so you're going to have a very high chance of going first in combat. Also, at 2nd level, Inquisitors can detect alignment, kind of like Paladins detect evil. However, when you attempt to use this ability, you need to pick whether you're attempting to detect good, evil, law, or chaos. FYI, you should always be trying to detect chaos. Another 2nd level ability Inquisitors get is Track. This means they add 1/2 of their level to search for and to find tracks. At 3rd level, Inquisitors get one of their most complicated class features, and this is called Solo Tactics. Basically, what this means is that if you have a teamwork feat, which you do get as bonus feats with the Inquisitor, all of your allies count as having that feat in order for you to use it in combat. I'm not going to get into teamwork feats here, just because that deserves a video unto itself. Just be aware that as an Inquisitor, you receive the benefits of a teamwork feat without someone else having to have taken the feat too. At 5th level, Inquisitors get what I like to call Demi-Smite. This feature is Bane. It gives you the ability to add the Bane special quality to one weapon that you're carrying for a number of rounds equal to your Inquisitor level. So I think you can see how this really works with features like monster lore. Basically, as the Inquisitor, you identify what the creature is, then give your weapon Bane, and take it down. Also at 5th level, Inquisitors get Discern Lies. This basically allows you to use the Discern Lies spell. This also functions for a number of rounds equal to your Inquisitor level. The last class feature of the Inquisitor I want to talk about is called Stalwart. You receive this one at 11th level. Stalwart is really a lot like Evasion in a lot of ways. Basically, what this means is that if something happens to you that requires you to make either a Fortitude save or a Will save to reduce the effect, if you make the save with Stalwart, you instead are under no effect from whatever that did to you. Let me give you an example. Say you're fighting a witch, and the witch uses one of her hexes on you. By making the save of the hex, you will reduce the hex time to simply 1 round. But since you're an Inquisitor and you have Stalwart, the effect is completely negated. Alright, finally, I want to talk about the Inquisitor spells. First off, you only have 6 spell levels. This is like the Bard or the Alchemist. So you're really not a casting powerhouse. And obviously, as you increase in level, you'll get better and better. Another thing about Inquisitor spells is that you have to pick the spells that you know. This is basically exactly like a sorcerer. So in a nutshell, Inquisitor spells are best used to enhance your combat abilities. You're not going to be fighting primarily with magic. I hope you've enjoyed this class analysis of the Inquisitor for Pathfinder. If you're interested in more class analysis, character builds, and game guides for Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons, check out D6 Damage on YouTube. Thank you for watching.